Hey Jay guys, I want to apologize before we start the video. You thought you were going to watch kindergarten this week and instead you're watching a Bendy behind the scenes video. The reason is we had an adpocalypse problem and we are working to solve that as quick as possible. So stay tuned hopefully next week and enjoy Bendy behind the scenes. Hey Jay everybody, welcome to the behind the scenes video of Bendy and the Ink Machine the musical. Before we start, let's introduce you to the people. I'm AJ and I've been animating and directing this. Over here, we got Mr. Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Mr. Nate Morse.
I was pretty much in charge of anything involving the ink monsters and ink dripping and ink.
So ink master.
Pretty much, you were the ink master.
Yeah.
I am Peter, and I was in charge of things like lighting and tech and you know, the normal stuff that I do.
So he's been the man in the chair. Now we're going to show you guys a little bit. So hopefully you're already familiar with the concept of stop motion. What you're watching right now is video. Right? It's live action video. It's footage.
The camera's automatically taking like 30 frames every second.
We don't have to like stop and move anybody. We just run the camera and we do things in front of it. The way stop motion works is you take a gazillion pictures and then you have them play one at a time very quickly past camera.
Yes.
So as you'll see right now, we have a camera. This phone, this iPhone 7 is our camera for this shoot. And it's on a little mini tripod and we have these little tiny actors. We will take one picture on this camera and we won't even touch the camera because we don't want to move it. So we'll touch the computer instead, which is linked to it. We'll take a picture on that computer and then we'll come back over here to the little actors and we'll move them just a little bit, like so, and maybe make the beard look a little bit. And we're gonna try not to bump all the set because that looks stupid. And then when we're ready, we'll take another picture over here.
You see they're kind of like rocking backwards.
We're dancing.
And you just do that a whole bunch of times for how many weeks we've been shooting this?
2, 3
Yeah,
weeks, something like that.
3 weeks or so.
Now the process is a little bit more complicated because Bendy, you'll notice, has a face. His face is actually drawn on with marker. I'm gonna give him a mustache here. That's his mustache.
Oh my.
And he has a big messy mustache. So in order to animate Bendy's face, we gotta wet his face down a little bit, wipe it off, and then redraw parts of his face. So every picture, not only do we have to move him a little bit, we also have to redraw his face here so that he is still talking with the beard.
Yeah.
The beard is actually an action figure.
This guy is Nero from Star Trek.
It's true. Now, the reason he's on a stand is because we're going to witness the power of trying to get the beard to stand up.
It's pretty abysmal.
Oh, I had him. It was there. There we go, okay.
You did
Now,
it.
imagine doing like, I think we've shot like 4,000 pictures. Trying to do 4,000 pictures where you move him just a little bit and hope he keeps standing.
So we didn't actually build these for this shoot. We've had these for years. We ended up using them for different things. One of them has a better foot or something, and one of them has better hair.
In terms of the 3 different types of characters, the ink creations are probably the easiest to deal with because they're made of modeling clay, so we can kind of put them in any shape we need them to be to get them to do whatever we need them to do.
Indeed.
But that doesn't mean they weren't without problems, because I'd say probably their biggest problem is they have to hold these little buckets of ink and they have tiny arms and they like to, you know, gravity pulls them forward or pulls them backward. So there were times when we had to put popsicle sticks in the middle of them.
Like straight through their spines.
Basically, take this, put it straight through his head, to his body, to the base, so he stands straight. It's basically just giving him spines.
What are you doing?
I was trying to get the last Bendy free.
What have you done?
I have a fistful of Bendies here.
You do.
And an additional one. This is because we've gone through 3 broken Bendies trying to make this that broke in different ways. You'll notice his arm does not stay no matter what I do with it because the wire inside is broken. This one, whose arm still works, but I believe his foot is broken. Yeah, this foot doesn't like, it's kind of messed up inside there now. And this guy also has a broken arm that just goes blur, blur, blur. So we
had to rush order 2 more.
Rush ordered 2 additional Bendies so we could finish the project. They all have little sticks in the back, I guess we call them rods, that you can screw pieces onto. And the reason is these can screw into a plate, and this guy's on one right now. They screw into this plate. And that is weighted enough that if you set this down, he can kind of stand a little more easily.
And you're gonna see the plate. You probably already have seen the plate in the musical, and it's just really hard to keep out. We're not professionals, and
sets in professional animation would also have trapdoors, so you get to the characters easier.
Yeah. This is made of silicone.
Silicone, okay.
So what we did is what we did is we had to model in a 3D program a Bendy model. So I built this model in Blender, and then I sent that over to Mikey Ledoux, who also created the FNAF puppets, and he used his 3D printer to print them out, and then once he had a physical model of them, he made a mold for it. He doesn't just put silicone in that mold, he also puts what's called an armature. In this case, it's wire that's been connected to itself in such a way that it creates a skeleton that we knew that wire had the risk of breaking, and as you have already seen, some of it did break. So we knew the risks going in that we could break these characters, and we did, and we paid the price.
So as we talked about previously, professional sets actually have little trap doors built into them so the animators can come up underneath the set and change things and then go away again and you'll never see them. With our set, it's on a dining room table. We're literally eating on a folding table right now so that we can build this on a sturdier surface. So this is the fourth wall. It actually is, it's
so big.
Yes, it's supposed to shut like this and go.
In theory.
But imagine trying to animate characters over a wall like this. We just removed this wall for just about the entire shoot. That way we have access to everything, but the audience doesn't know what they're missing.
Yeah. So the set itself is actually made of there's cardstock down here, a giant sheet of it, and then we just glued 100 of these little popsicle
so
sticks.
many. Every one of these is like a popsicle stick. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And it goes down the hallway to the next room.
It's pretty intense.
And the walls. Yeah. Oh yeah, like the walls. There's 3 more walls like this, up and down these, the doorways, that thing.
And then AJ painstakingly found a whole bunch of these little box things and little crates and stuff like that, and drew on them and painted them, and those are actual storyboards, legit.
Shrunk them 4 million %.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went through Lowe's or Home Depot, and I just started taking anything that looked remotely like a big box tank thing. Which is really fun because they'll have real, purposes. This is for electronics to go into, for wiring your home. So other people.
That's a faucet.
Yeah, this belongs on a bathtub. This is this is hose that we bought for, I don't know what it's supposed to be doing, but for us it runs power or ink into
or something, we don't know.
These are interesting too. These,
what are those?
They pop right off the wall because we glued tacks into them so you can just stab them in anywhere you please.
Nice.
And these are just PVC piping that are, meant for plumbing purposes. We look at them and go, Bendy's ink machine room is supposed to have big piping going through it, so let's just get some pre-bent piping and pound it into the walls here. These are actual burn marks.
Oh.
I set the set on fire. Don't do that at home, kids.
One night, Miss Bird was like, "Is there something burning?" And she ran downstairs, and she literally found AJ just burning parts of the set.
There were things on fire.
This animation software is called Stop Motion Studio Pro. It's by a company called Cat Eater LLC, and you can get it on Android, iPhone, Mac, Windows. It's really
on iPhone right now.
This entire setup is Mac oriented right now, which is unusual for us.
So we had another Mac just to play music, during it.
Yeah.
Oh, and lip sync.
And lip sync. So we're using an iPhone. We're tethering to Wi-Fi to a MacBook Pro and also to the iPad. So I'm about to change the white balance, which is the color of the iPhone, and you saw it shift colors.
Yeah.
I'm about to make it super bright. So now I have full control over the iPhone and its functions, which allows me to change everything up all the way up to focus.
And you can do it all from over here in a chair without ever even touching the camera right here.
Super important because you don't want to touch the camera and make it.
Yes.
Once we have all of the camera settings cued in, we can start taking pictures. I just hit enter and it takes a picture, drops it into the timeline down there, and we move things say, Nate, move the beard.
Beard Master Nate.
He'll probably fall. He's in the ink though.
Sick moving.
He won't fall. Nice.
Great job.
And I'm gonna take a picture here. Nate, move the beard again. and you can see it live as he's
teleporting.
The beard is
Uh-oh, he's dead. So you've probably seen storyboard versions of some of our other live action projects, but we still do storyboards even when it's gonna be an animated video. The difference is the storyboards are a little bit more like guidelines. That doesn't mean that there isn't some sort of order still to the madness. For example, here we have all the lyrics for the entire video, including some of the lines that he just says in between. This helps us to keep track of what we're filming when. And these color coordinate to colors of the storyboards. So all storyboards that are drawn in orange are supposed to be filmed first. Blue shots are things like ink monsters traveling from room to room. When we finish them, we have shots in green to do. Those are gonna be all the opening scenes with just Bendy and the Beard meeting for the first time. And the final shots are special effects shots in pink, which I'm not even gonna show you because there's like one of them in the entire storyboard. One other useful thing that we do along with the lyrics is we have a recording of just my mouth singing all the lines of the song in time to the music, so that we can frame by frame watch how the mouth moves and then copy it when we animate Bendy's face.
Waste's at a low, efficiency is high, every load's up to code and certified. Sure, there's kinks, quirks, and hiccups, but they're far flung between. Nonetheless, I still think the best of my ink machine.
It's mostly just to make sure that it's about as long as each word is supposed to be, and the mouth is in roughly the same shape, even if it's caricaturized or exaggerated.
We actually just got finished with this entire set, and that has to get torn down to put up that set, which is a lot smaller.
Looks familiar though. Looks like the other ink fountain thing goes there.
Yeah, but we kind of made a mess.
Yeah,
we did, and we have to clean.
The beard made a mess. Beard, clean up after yourself.
Did.
How hard is this clay?
It's actually not that hard.
Really?
It's kind of soft still. I think it's because it's so thin.
Oh.
It's just stuck. That's the problem.
Wow, this stuff is not coming up easy, huh? Or it's coming up way too easy.
The problem is it's yeah, you can't.
Bringing things
I
with
want to pull, but I can't because I don't want to pull the floorboards up with it.
Yeah. Do you have plans for this clay, Nate?
It's gonna become the big guy again that you've probably already seen
Oh,
in
the big
video.
dude.
The big dude with the muscles, the one that lifted up Bendy.
Did we name them? Do they have names? I believe one of them was Bloptimus Prime at some point.
I think that's the big one.
The big guy is Bloptimus Prime. Guys, this project has taken a really long time and a lot of work, so we hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that this video was kind of educational for you. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you guys next week in another video. Beard salute!